Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to our third interview with one of our amazing widow sisters inside the inner circle of the Chapter 2 movement, Miss Cindy Lomé Salas Cruz. Did I say that correctly, Sin?
It's Lemomi.
Lemomi. Oh my gosh. See, that Hawaiian beautiful name. I always mess that up. So my apologies, but it's a beautiful name.
No worries.
So we're here with Cindy, and Cindy is has been gracious enough to come on here with so much courage to tell her story, in hopes that, all of you watching this today will know that although our journeys are unique and individual to each of us, there's a lot of things that we have, you know, similar qualities, similar things that we go through in our widow journey. And so Cindy's journey is super inspiring, from where she was to where she's at today. And so I wanted her to come on here and share with you what's possible for you too. So Cindy, welcome to our um, intimate conversations with our Chapter 2 sisters. How are you feeling right now?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Of course, of course, of course. So my first question for you, Sin, first of all, tell everybody where you're from, and how long have you been a widow?
Well, I'm originally from Guam. Lived on Guam for most of my life. I've been a widow for, oh my goodness, 7 years.
7 years. Oh.
Yeah, 2018. Yeah, 2018. Just trying to think back. Yes.
I know sometimes it's like life, it feels like, gosh, it's so long ago, but yet it feels like just yesterday, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So for those that are meeting you for the first time, who is Cindy today? Share with
Mm.
us who you are today for anybody that's meeting you for the first time.
Well, today um, I guess I can say I'm in a better place. Today, I know the purposes that I have or what my purpose is, which is something I never knew before or I never even thought of. Today I'm somebody who likes what I see in the mirror,
Mm.
which I haven't liked for a very long time.
That's beautiful. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Um, what feels most true about you right now?
Um, what's true is, I guess for me, reflection of myself and what I look forward to in the future.
Mm.
Um, because what I've become. Um, I guess for me, I want to be able to motivate people, to help people. Um, and I guess for me, I, and you know as well that I've learned this that service to others is something that I've been really thinking about. And it's something I've been working on.
Yeah, and thank you for that because you definitely have showed up as one of the biggest cheerleaders inside the Chapter 2 movement and really helping ladies to step into their courage. So appreciate that, honestly, on all the levels. I'd love to take us back, though, a moment to what it was like for you after you lost your husband, Nick, right? Because in those moments, we never planned for them. We were never prepared for them. We never learned how to deal with grief, especially the deep grief of losing a husband. So take us back to that first moment after you lost Nick, and what was life like for you in those moments, in those first moments?
Well, at first, when I lost him, I guess for me, I was lost. And then, you have family and everybody telling you, you need to be strong. You need to be strong in your faith. You need to, you need to be there for your family. I mean, which was the case. That was what I wanted to do. But I guess everybody reiterating that that's what I needed to do. I focused on just work, family, church. I kept myself busy just so I didn't have to worry about it. Um, it was awful. I mean, I never understood the feeling of loneliness. Even sometimes my husband and I weren't always together. We would be separated for different reasons, but I never felt lonely until that happened. And I don't even know if I knew what loneliness was.
Yeah. Yeah. Loneliness is such it's one of those things that scream really loudly for us widows, right? And I love how you put that in perspective. Like when he was alive, we could be apart and not always together, but I didn't feel that loneliness because you knew that he was going to be there when you got home, right? And vice versa. And so it's a loneliness on a level that most people just don't get, right? Most people just don't get. Um, what does surviving look like for you during that season? Like you talked about keeping busy, you talked about being strong and really being strong in your faith. And although those are things that we know can help us to a certain extent. It's all about survival, right? But being here in this chapter two movement and doing coaching with me over the years, you've learned that keeping busy is really just a way to kind of numb and not really focus on the healing, right? It's like suppressing our human emotions. So keeping
Yeah,
busy,
it
we
just
know
shoves
now.
everything down
Yeah.
until you can't hold it anymore and then it comes out. Mean, we can do that only for so much. It's just kind of like, the kettle when it's hot, it has, and then it starts to whistle loud, when it's ready. I mean, that's the same case with me. Um, I thought that holding everything down and just being strong because I needed to be strong for my family because I was it, like literally. But um, and I remember not knowing where to turn and stuff. And then I remember you reaching out to me. And at that time, I wasn't ready. And I didn't really have any reasons why I wasn't ready, but I just said, maybe since she's reaching out to me, I'm okay with being in the group. Um, I guess the widows group, but I guess for me at the time, I didn't even like the word widow. I didn't even want to be called a widow because it wasn't comfortable for me. I mean, I said, that's other people, just not me. I mean, I was in denial,
Mm.
but I'm glad I was invited to the group. It made a lot of changes for me.
Good, good. I'm glad. I'm glad. I definitely can see that in you now today with the way you are. When we look at surviving, right, a lot of widows today, especially those that are just starting their journey, or maybe even a few years in and still kind of lost, not knowing how to navigate through this new normal, if you will. So we kind of stay in this survival mode, right? And surviving in the beginning is really all we can do. But other than the keeping busy and really like focusing on faith, I know that where we come from Guam, like that's a big deal. But survival for us, like when we talk about like what are the emotions that you suppressed and what did it feel like in your body? And then even more importantly, like how did you get through day to day in that survival mode? Like if you can go back to that time and just kind of share with us like what that experience was like emotionally in your body and how you managed to wear that mask on a day-to-day basis just to get you through your day.
Uh, the mask. Oh my gosh. I think that's what everybody does, especially when they haven't addressed their grief and um, how they feel. And that was me. I mean, it was years and years of just doing that, getting up in the morning, working out, keeping myself. I mean, there wasn't a day where I didn't try to not be. busy, because if I did, then I thought about it. And when I thought about it, then all the emotions came out, and I didn't want that. And I didn't, because I didn't want to show it. I didn't want to let anybody know that I was hurting or that I was in pain, because everybody always knew me as the strong person. I mean, in my family, they're surprised I've been through everything that I've gone through, and to the till this day, they think that I'm the strongest person in the world, and on days I never want to be strong. I want to be weak sometimes, you know? So that was how I got through it, is not allowing myself to have moments that I could soak in it, so I could feel it, which I know now that was like the worst thing I could have done, but that's how I thought would work for me.
Wow, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. That's very deep, and it's also something that I hear a lot of widows express. I'm too busy for this. I'm too busy. I have all these things going on. I don't have time to stop for a moment. And really what we're saying unconsciously is I don't have time, or I don't want to have the time, to what you said, like soak in it, like just sit in it, right? Too painful. It's too painful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Busyness is such a big thing that we all go through. Um, was there an actual moment in your life where you decided enough is enough? I can't do this anymore. It doesn't feel right. Or was it many different moments in your life where it happened and you were, just kind of built up? Talk to me about that shift. When did you finally make that decision that I am done trying to survive? I need something different, or I need something more.
Um, so it slowly got to me. I mean, I know it took me about 6 months after Nick had passed for me to even attend a funeral. And that was the worst, because I felt so bad that I was crying in the church. And it, mind you, this is my husband's cousin's husband that passes away. And I'm the one who's crying, like I'm the person that lost the husband. And lucky thing, all my in-laws were around me. They understood. So all of them are passing me, tissue, and I'm crying, and it's the kind of cry where you like start losing your breath, like you're, and so that was one of the first things that made me think about, I think I need to talk to somebody, because I wouldn't even talk to people about my situation. Even my closest friends, I wouldn't tell them how I'm feeling. I All I was doing was like, "Hey, let's go out. Let's party. So I never had to share how I was feeling. So it started creeping up, and then I think it was a few years later when my just days apart, my best friend and my brother-in-law had passed. So that's what got me. That's what told me, "Oh man, you can't keep doing this by yourself. You can't keep trying to figure it out by yourself, because there's something you're missing." There's so many things I felt I was missing by then, and so that's when I said I need to do something about it. I mean, I know it took longer than I should have waited, but we always try to figure it out yourself before you allow somebody to try to help you. And that was my case.
Yeah, thank you again for that. A lot of widows always try and figure out, myself included, right? So I get that.
Uh-huh.
I totally get that feeling, and trying to do it on your own. But now that you're a part of a community of widows that support each other, that cheer each other on, that hold space for each other, how has that impacted your journey of healing?
Oh my goodness. In more ways than I can explain. So, when I started, I mean, it's the chapter two movement, the ladies in our group, I mean, um, because we all have commonalities, because we all lost our spouses, because we know how each other feel. We know how to be there for each other. We know how to sit sit there and let somebody speak their truth, their real truth, and not have to worry about somebody judging them, and somebody freaking out that, oh my gosh, she's losing it. You know, we actually have women that support each other, hold space for each other, remind each other to allow ourselves to have grace, you know, and if they need us, we're there. And so, like for me in my situation, I know that I can reach out to any one of you, any one of the ladies, and just say, "Hey, I need a minute or two." And it's something that I've never had before, and it's something that I've never felt comfortable talking to even my best friends because they've never been in my situation. So it's a different dynamic. It's not only that, but we learn from each other. There's so many things that we feed off each other. We learn different things about how, I mean, because we also know how each other's spouses have passed. So a lot of the times we when to show up or when to pull back based on if uh, the knowledge of the type of loss that they had. So it's a lot of things that we learn and we continue to learn from each other. Not only has the program helped us to, uh, like I said, hold space, help each other out. This program, these women, um, when I watch them and when I see all of them, it goes to show that grief and healing go hand in hand and that we are here for each other. I mean, and I don't know, we've built a sisterhood that um most people never build.
Mm.
And I know I can count on them. And they know they can count on me.
That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. I love that. I love how that has really transformed, how you see things and also just the blessing of having women, like you said, we all have sisters, we all have friends, in our life. But man, when you suffer a similar type of loss in your life that most people don't get, right? We have this depth inside the community that is so real, so honest, but so safe, right? So safe. How has that, being in a part of the community, being a part of the Chapter 2 movement, how has that affected your relationship with yourself? Um, right? Because
Oh
it's
my
not just
gosh,
about the others, but yeah, you.
I like myself now. Uh I initially was upset with myself that I waited so long to uh go through this healing journey. Had I started earlier, I think maybe I would have liked myself earlier. But I like myself now. I see that I mean, nobody wishes to be in the club that we're in. But and not only that, when you talk about faith, we woke up this morning. There has to be a purpose in life. There has to be something that you're still supposed to do here because you're still here. And so I look at it different. I wake up in the morning. I am I get I have gratitude every day. I say there's gratitude because, even in negativity, there's lessons. So I give so much. I'm so grateful for all of these things that I've been able to learn through not only my healing journey, but in life in general since I've started the program. I mean, there's so many things I learned that I didn't know. And there's so many things that I want to share to people that don't know what I didn't know either. I mean, it's just low. I had so many aha moments, the light turned on moments, like, oh my goodness, if I would have just done this, and it's something that you're never taught. I mean, and especially in our culture, growing up on Guam, you're never taught like, oh, you need to go to get somebody to help. And it's not about that you're weak. It's just that there's people always want you to be strong. And yes, we're human beings, so then we have weakness, but we're never taught to be weak. And so for me to finally put my guard down and to take on this program to better myself, to heal me, because I knew that nobody's going to be there for me. I need to be there for me. And so that was my reason why, to me, doing this program, doing this whole chapter two movement, sisters, it was wonderful because now I can give back.
Wow. Wow. I love that. I love that. Giving back, paying it forward. It's beautiful. Um, What shifts, and maybe you've answered this already, but I just kind of wanted to just kind of focus or zone in on this. What shifts have you noticed in your confidence, your peace, or how you show up for life now? What have you noticed that shifted for you in these spaces? Confidence, peace, and just showing up in your own life now. What are some of those shifts that you noticed about yourself?
Oh, definitely the self-confidence. Lifting people, encouragement to people, positive energy. Oh my goodness. Those are some of the stuff that I've noticed that I mean I believe I've always been kind of a positive person, but like to truly understand, like to not only feel it in your head, but to feel it in your heart, in your body. That was something that was so different from what I used to. Like I said, years of wearing the mask. So you always want to portray, like being the actor and okay, so I'm the positive person, but only my face shows it. My body doesn't show it. My mind doesn't think it. But those were the masks that you had to portray. But now I the positive energy like all over. Like I feel it. I mean, I don't just have to pretend. There's no more I mean, I don't need to pretend anymore. I feel like encouraging people, making sure that I have self-confidence, and a lot of the self-confidence comes from knowing myself better. Allowing myself to feel what I've gone through, like literally feel, because I didn't feel my pain. I didn't try to process it. All I wanted to do was shove it down and put it to the side, and I'll deal with it later kind of deal. So now that I've able to process it, to actually feel it, to walk everything that they say that you have to do when you're healing, to do that. And now like there's a different energy. I don't know, also, I mean, I know it's a positive energy because I feel good that I went through this, and that I'm still going through it. And now I want to, you know uh show people that it's not only the self confidence, it's also everything, like how you see the world, what you think of your life moving forward. So there's a lot of things that come to play when you're healing, and when you feel different about yourself after the grief.
Thank
So
you.
I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, no, that was great. That was amazing. And and to your point, right? It's a journey, right? And it's a journey. And so once you stepped into that healing journey, like so much shifts. And I love how you put that where, it was a mask that you wore. And so a lot of times it's what you told yourself in your head, but now you feel it in your heart and you feel it in your body and something you've never felt before. And to be able to connect, right? That's what alignment is all about, like being able to connect the mind, the heart, the body, the soul, right? Like just having that alignment is definitely healing in action, right? So you just explained that so beautifully. Thank you. Um, for a widow that's watching this sin and wondering if she's ready for healing, what would you want her to know?
Oh wow. um if you don't have the family support at home, or in your circle, and you feel you don't have anywhere to turn to, I suggest you come here. um Nobody will really understand what you're going through unless they've been through it. Nobody can help you with the mindset that you have right now. I mean, because there's about a million things going through your mind about who you are, what's going to happen in your future, what do they call you now, where do I go from here? There's so many questions you're asking yourself, and a lot of these people that you're friends with, their family, they've never experienced what you've experienced. And if you're looking for those kinds of answers, I suggest you come and join us. There's going to be so much engagement. I mean, you probably feel a little bit overwhelmed because I know at first I did, but it's those overwhelming moments that help you see that there's healing uh, in this journey, and it's good.
Thank you.
And I don't know, I
Um,
keep tearing, and I think maybe it's just happy tears because I'm not hurting.
it's
It's just,
okay. It's okay.
no.
Tears are always welcome. Tears are always welcome. And to be honest with you, I always joke and say, that's one of my superpowers is being able
Making people
to
cry.
make people cry. Even men, right? Even men. It's crazy, but that's the beauty, right, of being transparent and stepping into your own courage of sharing your heart from the most authentic place, right? And it's hard to do that when you're in a space where people don't get it or people expect you to be a certain way, and that certain way isn't being vulnerable, isn't being sad, isn't being, you know, lonely. And so thank you for sharing, your experience inside the chapter two movement, because it really it shines a light on what it means to be a part of a sisterhood, part of a community that's safe, where you could be true and honest about how you feel and not be judged, right? Not ever worry that you will be judged, that you can come with all of it, right? And no one's going to look at you like, oh my God, something's wrong with her. There's nothing wrong with you, right? You're grieving. And so thank you for being a part of this community, but also for just, coming with all that courage and sharing your story, because I know that's not always easy. It's one of the things that I think a lot of widows step into that fear of, I don't want to relive it. I don't want to keep telling this story over and over again or relive it. It's too painful. I don't want to go there. And we know, right, inside the chapter two movement that it's safe to go there because you're not going back to the past. You're literally looking through, through the lens of what used to be and being okay with all the feelings and being able to say goodbye to it. So that's what we have here. But thank you, Sin, for sharing your story and for being such a light and a leader inside the chapter two movement. It's been amazing to
Thank
watch your
you.
journey unfold and continue to see you grow and like you said, give back, right? You're giving back to the community of sisters, and I see that all the time. So appreciate you so much on every single level, and this was amazing. So, any final words that you would like to impart to our viewers before we end our interview here?
Um, I, I, I guess for me, it's if you are contemplating whether you want to be part of this group or you want to be part of our sisterhood, it's simple though. I know it didn't take much for me to be convinced, but um, when I did get in, it was only a few of us. I think it was like two or three of us. I don't know, but it grew, and the more women that are along with you on your journey, the better it is for you. I don't know. I learned so many things. I'm confident about the future, even if I don't know what it is. And this group of women helped me see that. So if you're thinking about being part of our group and you've been worried about what it's all about, just know that you're safe. You're in a good place. And this is always going to be my good place.
Well, ladies, you heard it straight from Cindy herself, sharing her story, her courage, but also, her encouragement, to choose yourself, to choose healing, And, it's right here when you're ready, this safe space right here inside the Chapter 2 movement. So thank you, Cindy, again. And ladies,
Thank
until
you.
next time, be safe wherever you are in the world. Take care.